Hey guys, it's week 7 and here is your video. We'll start off with top score and bottom score. Top score this week was Ryan with 210 points, and the bottom score for back-to-back weeks was Jesse with 112. Hopefully Jesse can bounce back this next week and get out of that bottom spot and maybe even get a W in week 7. A little update in the standings. We had a little bit of separation. We'll see what happens this week. We could be right back to where we were, but with everyone so close last week, we definitely had some separation. So in the Josh sat on Vernon Adams' finger division, we have 3 people at 4-2, and actually the only 4-2 teams in the league. That is myself, Tyler, and Ryan, all sitting atop at that division and with the best records overall in the league. As for the Bird's Nest division, things are a little bit close. There are 2 teams at 3-3, and then 3 teams, or sorry, excuse me. There are 2 teams at 3-3, and then 3 teams at 2-4. So that division is definitely wide open, and so we'll see what shakes out there. Going forward, to get a few of you guys frustrated, like I said, 3 teams are 4-2, and one of those teams is Tyler's teams. Some of you may have noticed Tyler kind of had a comical draft, drafting a lot of Ducks players and not taking the draft very seriously. However, he sits at 4-2. With that being said, he also has the second to last points total for the league at 801 points, and that is just above Mark, who's at 796. So Tyler has scored the 9th best points and is at 4-2. So lucky for him, people haven't been scoring very much against him when they play him. Whereas there's some other people who have a lot of points, and they unfortunately are at 2-4 or 3-3. So good job for Tyler. We'll see if his team can keep that luck going throughout the rest of the regular season. Keep in mind that the trade deadline is coming up in about a month, and no trades will be able to occur after that. So if you have any big moves that you want to make a playoff push, those will need to happen before the end of November. So keep that in mind. Last week, had a little bit of a bounce back in Preston's Pick'em. I was at 10-5, as you guys know. I went 3-2 this last week, so that has brought me to 13-7. And here are my picks for this week. We'll start with the matchup of the week. I've got Jeff versus Josh, an interdivision matchup, and both are 3-3, so good little separation matchup there. And whoever wins that one should be sitting atop of their division in first place. So big one there. We'll do that one last. I've got me versus Mark. Lucky me. Aaron Rodgers, who is Mark's best player, is out this week. And so it's a no-brainer. I will definitely be taking my squad to beat Mark's this week. Then we've got Matt versus Dave. I've got Dave winning that one just because DeMarco is finally getting the ball in Chip's offense and put up over 100 yards last week and actually got him the win against Jeff in Monday Night Football. And then David's receivers are also pretty stacked with having, I don't know, he's got like 6 different receivers that could start on any team. So I've got Dave beating Matt. And then then Max versus Tyler. Tyler's got a lot of his top performers on buys this week. Max also doesn't have any guys on buys and has got some really favorable matchups with his players. So I've got Max in a landslide this week. Then we've got Ryan versus Jesse. Unfortunately, I think Jesse's team continues to struggle. I don't think he'll be the bottom scorer this week, but I don't think he can beat Ryan, especially since Ryan had the top scoring this last week, and his team seems to be figuring things out since they kind of went on that skid after his trade with Josh. Now for the matchup of the week, Jeff versus Josh. I think this one's going to be close. Had a hard time picking it. But I think Marshawn Lynch is fully healthy. I think he's going to have a big night tonight against the 49ers. Jeff also has some good favorable matchups with his other players. And although I think Devonta Freeman is going to have another big week, probably go for 40-plus points, I don't think he'll be enough to edge out all of Jeff's top scorers. So I've got Jeff winning that matchup this week, and we'll see how Preston Pick'ems does. I've yet to go 5-0, so I'm hoping that this will be the week. Good luck, guys. We've got a big Thursday night matchup this week. I remember 2 years ago, Seahawks versus Niners was must-watch TV, but I may be tuning in to the Cal UCLA game instead. Good luck, guys.